August 26th, 2023, East vs. West 9, Devin Larratt vs. Hermes Gasparini. The event's going on. I'm at the back, hanging out with my dad. He's warming up, we're getting ready. Along comes Donnie Dress, owner of KOTT Sports. Asks me, do I want a match in King of the Table, and who do I want my opponent to be? At this point, I had pulled in Canadian Nationals and won the juniors division. I had no other significant achievements to my name. I had not pulled anybody Arm Wrestling Whisperer had pulled. I had no idea of my level in any way at all. I was also weighing about 80 kilo, so 176 pounds for all you United Statesians. My dad and I both very quickly realized the best match for me at my point in the career would be Arm Wrestling Whisperer. We both thought at that point he was too much for me. And we just hoped that by the time the match came around, I would be a bit bigger and a bit more ready for the match. We pushed for that match to happen. After East vs. West 9, we traveled to Manchester, and I competed my first international super matches against Chris Ham and Anil Najran. I managed to defeat Chris Ham, but I lost to Anil in a relatively good match. Time went on, I continued to train, continued to eat. Whisper and I both agreed we both wanted this match at an undetermined date, as soon as possible, but within reason. December 2nd, I pulled Gabriel Young, my first opponent who I had a reference point with, who I've seen pull Arm Wrestling Whisperer, and I've seen him win, I've seen him lose, so I knew the level would be slightly similar. I managed to beat him, and it was a big win for me. It was a very good win. I worried that Whisperer was at a much higher level than Gabriel, and he had improved significantly since they had their match. I also worried about the stylistic matchup, because I was able to take Gabriel Young's hand very easily because it was significantly smaller than mine, and I knew Whisperer's was much bigger. The match is finally set up. King of the Table 10 confirmed both athletes, both parties have signed. We decided there'd be no weight cap. Because of this, I figured both of us would be trying to gain weight as much as possible. Now, a little backstory about me. I've always been the skinny kid, the little kid. My entire life growing up, I was short, I was not very thick, not very muscular. I was athletic, don't get me wrong, but I was not a prime athlete. Gaining weight has always been a significant struggle for me, just because high metabolism, active lifestyle. So when I stopped participating in BJJ, my cardio dropped, but I managed to be able to finally put on weight. So I committed hard to the bulk, and I have been for the last year and a half. And so I figured I'd come in as big as I could for Whisperer. I estimated 195, 200 at the very most. I way exceeded my expectations. I managed to come in at, I think I weighed in 211, which was the biggest I'd ever been. I hadn't weighed myself in a bit because I like not to, I try not to obsess with my weight too much. I try to just go off feeling, but it was really good. I was way bigger and stronger than I had ever imagined I could have been for that day. The match between Whisperer and I was actually a lot closer than it looked. He made multiple technical errors, and I was able to use the strength that I did have to exploit them in the setup. Now, everybody hates losing. Losing sucks. But as you know, you learn the most from losing. And I believe that because of this loss, Arm Wrestling Whisperer will significantly level up. I think I taught him a lot after the fact as well, and he's going to be able to implement it in his training and severely become a higher level arm wrestler. He's a really good guy. I really like Arm Wrestling Whisperer. I think he brings a lot to the sport. I think he brings a lot of new faces. He brings a lot of new opportunities to the world of arm wrestling, and I think he's a very positive influence on the entire sport as a whole. One final little closing thought that I think is very important to say and kind of get out there in the community is it's very important to be humble. It's very important to be humble. Everybody likes a humble guy. You need to be humble after the match. But before and during the match, it is your job as an arm wrestler and as an arm wrestling promoter to promote the match, to make people be invested, to make people care, to bring drama so people get polarized and pick sides. You need to have emotion involved. Whisperer never quit. He never quit with me. I tried to make him quit, and he didn't, and I thought that was very impressive. I was obviously in total control, and he never gave up. And I think that just goes to show that he has serious willpower and serious bravery. That's why I do the things I do. I test people. It's competition. I'm there to beat them. I'm not there to be nice and say how great they are. I'll do that after, because they are, if they earned it. That's my little rant, guys. I think drama's important. The only reason we live is to love and to hate. It's emotion. It was a great event, guys. I am so thankful to King of the Table Core Sports for having me, and everybody who brought me along this trip and helped me become the person I am today. Thank you, Whisper. Thank you, everybody. See you later.